I should start this off to talk about the life that you can create and the life that makes everything weird, you know what I'm saying? I woke up one day and realized I didn't want the life that I had, you know what I'm saying? It's 2025. This year alone has shown me how hateful people can be. Um, I'm watching people do things that are just unreal. I'm pushing a bad situation in my life that I created. As you know, September, this entire month is 15 years since I moved to LA, you know, Los Angeles, California. There were so many people who felt I couldn't last 6 months. Fast forward, it's 2025, 15 years on my own. I walked away from a situation that was detrimental to my personal life, detrimental to my future, and detrimental to my mental illness. There's documentation in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was a patient at Dorothy Diggs Mental Hospital, right there in downtown Raleigh. It's not there anymore. They closed it down. I wanted to die. I've been dealing with this since 1985, you know, since I was 11 years old. I put myself in a marriage that was fucked up because of circumstance. Not even my family knew I got married till later. One cousin knew about it, but his bitch ass had his own problems. That's why we're not family no more. I got into that marriage because I really cared about that person a lot. The hard part was realizing in the end she never loved me. So that was 5 to 6 years of just fake love. The people that she didn't trust wind up taking her side and not stopping to realize I got something on you. Even to this day, I still never told on this bitch. But how can you be the judge and the jury in my relationship when I didn't stick my nose in your relationship? I don't recommend anybody to be in an interracial relationship unless you're going to be truthful about the issues and problems that come with it. Let's not forget, interracial marriages used to be a crime in this country. And I see why my mother was not a fucking fan of it. I see why. let's be honest. I'm a fucked up dude. And I've never really admitted it. Some of my closest friends never saw it because they're so used to, oh, Leland this, Leland that. Oh, he must be doing something. Oh, Leland might be gay. He not fucking around. Woo, 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 woo. I'm always put in some category. I went into that marriage with a clean slate because I knew the person and I cared about her, even down to her 3 bratty ass kids. And I'm gonna call it for what it is. Those kids changed my life, but in the end, I'm a nigger to them. That hurts, because I like to know, what did I do to be called a nigger? To marry into a family of Italians and Irish didn't bother me. Even from what I know, the truth behind it didn't bother me. I studied it. From the mafia down to the culture, I studied it. And I already know, as a black man, I'm coming in as the ink spot to their culture because they don't fuck with us. Especially, we as black people, we're not liked. Everybody want to copy us, but they don't like us. I remember having nightmares of this family doing something to me, and they're laughing, and the first thing I heard was, they're laughing at you, they hate you, and I felt that. I went through 5, not even, you know what, I went through 5 years, 3 months, married 4 years, 3 months with this crazy broad, right? Became an atheist in the marriage. How can you go from being a Catholic and now you're an atheist and you're blaspheming God all over the house now, turning the home into a real live dungeon of darkness? People who know me know I fucks with that type of shit. If you don't know me, if you claim you know me, you should know I love the dark side. I've never ever put anybody close to me about that, except one. But he has the nerve to say I'm dead to him. So when I see him again, it's home. It's never too late or old to get revenge. Just remember that. I went into that situation like a dumb motherfucker. I should have listened to my ancestors when they said, when you fuck with white women, they will destroy you, literally. I didn't think about it. I was in love. Real love didn't hit me until I stepped to California and the test was on. How can a woman say she slept with your husband and you don't have common sense to question that woman like, does he have scars on him? Which I do. And you took this bitch's word. To this very day, I don't even know who the broad was. Never once told me who she was, which is weird. We're in a generation, for years, women know who sleeps with their husband. They know their names, they know their situation. Never got that. And I waited for this for years to come out. Nothing never came out. If you want out of a marriage, sign off. In the state of North Carolina, you gotta sign off twice because you gotta sign off the separation that leads to that final divorce paperwork. Didn't do none of that. And some people say, Leland, why you didn't sign off? I'm not signing off in a state that I didn't marry in. And in the state of California, I have to give her over 50%. I refuse. Like I told him, I ain't giving her shit. She wants my life, my situation. And the bitch is so fucking stupid that the federal government already contacted me about her bullshit. Aliases. They've questioned me about Social Security. They questioned me about my credit. They questioned me why I've been gone. I can't say nothing. I can say from my standpoint. But when I was in jail, she snitched on me. She's the female version of Sammy the Bull Gravano. Nothing against the dude because he did what he had to do, but in the Italian culture, fellas, if you're an Italian, tell me, would your woman snitch you to the police, knowing y'all culture? Name an Italian woman who ratted to the police on their husband. It happened to me. And I had to walk off with my tail between my legs because number one, if I didn't, I'd be sitting in jail 3 years in the prison camp in North Carolina. That's what they had set up for me. This broad really have shown me you stupid as a motherfucker. I done known black women that said, hey, that paperwork coming. That paperwork right there. It would have been sitting right there in my face. The lawyers would have contacted me. We would have got that shit over and done with. Here we are going into 20 years. Not a thing has happened. I can't even get $1 million deal because of this shit. That shows you how deep a marriage situation is. If I was a fuck nigga, I could rap everything I know about her, her family, everything out to save my own ass. It ain't worth it. You see, ladies, y'all talk a good game. But when the legal aspects come in, you're ready to destroy a man for everything he has. But when you switch it around, and the man got the control, how would you feel? Because now, everything can be destroyed because of me. But I ain't that type of dude. But I also heard a baby came. What kind of woman would start a family when you're still stuck to the man that you claim you don't love no more? You told me one thing, but your actions showed me you never did love me. And oh yeah, to her friend, let me tell you how fucked I am as a nigga. Her friend was a pathological liar. Now wants to be an evangelist to God, which is the biggest disrespect to me, because if you're an evangelist, you don't do evil or demonic shit to people. This broad wished death on me. Oh, cancer's gonna take your life. I prove every day I stay alive that whatever voodoo that you got on me, sweetheart, it doesn't work. Because you're fake. And that's why I don't like evangelisms. Because number one, they're the fakest females on the block. I didn't say that. The Bible says it. That's your friend. That's her friend. What kind of sick woman will move on with her life without finishing the unfinished business? If I was a fuck nigga, switch it around. If I was a fuck nigga and I didn't hold her hostage and won't sign the paperwork, oh, I'm all kind of dudes, I'm all kind of bitches, I'm everything in the book. But guess what? She controls it. Little does she know the own state she lives in has been corroborating with Washington, because they want to know what's going on. And plus, a little situation happened with me that they know that she's entitled, but she's not going to get it. I control this. So as far as I'm concerned, in 1984, I saw a movie, which I wasn't supposed to, called Purple Rain. The late Clarence Williams III had the coldest line when he said, "Do you have a girlfriend?" Prince said, "Yes." "Think about getting married?" "I don't know." Don't get married. The coldest line in life. Don't get married. And when I first saw it, shot itself, I never understood it. But this last 15 years of my life made me realize every woman that's ever came into my life has been a problem. And I realized one black female has stood the test of time with me. Since she was 15, she's always been there. In the beginning of my life, of our friendship, I thought she was a fucking thorn. Now we're grandparents. Sometimes that bothers me, because when you realize your best friend has been there all along. And I put myself around women who claim to be my friends, claim to be my everything, and their biggest weakness is dick. Pussy ain't my motherfucking weakness. Never have, never will be. This cheating shit ain't my thing. I don't fuck with it. For what? It ruins friendships, it ruins families, it ruins foundations. So why do it? There's not a woman on this planet can say, whoever I was with, they slept with me. I'll put money on the line. And I'll ask them, what scars are on me? Oh, now I got a brand new scar now. So any woman who can say now, from this point, they slept with me, they should be able to say, oh, he has a scar on him. To the little dumb bitch that I'm still fucking married to, it's fucked up to be in a jail when a nigga know a scar on your fucking body. And I'm supposed to be the husband. But this nigga know your scar. I kept that 15 years, sweetheart. I'm not proud of what happened that night. But you've never forgiven me, but you went in that courtroom and tried to act like the victim. But you went behind my back and snitched out my family business, my personal business, and even told the biggest lie on my children's mother about child support, which these women never did because I always worked with them. You got to be the sickest white bitch alive to walk out there in that world and act like you are the victim when you did me wrong. You was able to go in that court or wherever you went and told that lie. Now I got the feds looking down your cases about you. And they came at me several times. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't tell on you. So you tell me who's more loyal in a relationship? You ain't even got the guts. You're not even woman enough to even sit down and squash that issue. Oh, you seen your sister. This is a woman that you told me you never trust, you never liked her. But this bitch had the nerve to speak for you like she's your attorney. How? How? None of my relatives are in my business. So why is your relatives in our business? My biggest advice to people out there, if you're going to get married, get the counseling first. Make sure there's a God, or better yet, I'm not going to say that because some people don't believe in God. So I'll say, keep your relationship spiritually grounded. Keep it so tight between you and your mate, especially if you got children. Protect that. Keep the outsiders out. Keep the demonic spirits out. Make this foundation strong. A divorce is a bad omen from God's perspective because He doesn't respect it. He doesn't like it. But I learned years ago, God gave me my answer. And I can destroy this situation in ways that I got too much. While that person is having a life and acting like I never existed, the federal government and I are negotiating. See, folks, the reason why people don't want to get married because they don't want the feds involved in their business. It's legal aspects, property, money, children. I don't have children in this shit, so I ain't worried about it. But you're not getting what I worked my ass off for. I've gotten hurt several times in 15 years. Not once picked up that phone. It seemed like all the women in my life can't pick up the phone to check on the person that they say they love. That includes my children. But I'm always checking on them. Now you tell me, who writes the script? I ain't begun to write the script. I've done more on my own than I ever done with a woman by my side. So it proves I don't need a woman. Just like my grandmother told me years ago, you don't need no woman, Layla, because number one, they are a roadblock to issues. They're not going to go forward. They're going to keep you back. And my grandmother was right. As soon as I left that fucking bitch, what happened? Music industry job. 2 degrees. I got a bachelor's degree. And I'm going for my master's and other degrees. Where's she at? This is a woman that claims she loves somebody, but guess what? This educated black man did it without her. So it proves She was never nothing. You can't be married to somebody who's going to be your problems. Why get married if both of y'all can't grow together? 4 years of it, I didn't grow. 15 years later, I grew without that trash. And then called me a nigger. My daughter, my oldest, has been called a nigger more than several times. Your own faggot ass son called me a nigger and said my mother never married a nigger. And I thought to myself, be a man to say it in my face. The Italians, they had heart. they got heart. I know what a moolie is. They called me that many times on that telephone. At least they had heart. And I ignored them. But nobody in my family never called this bitch out her name. But her family's done it many times. That's my fuck up. You never trust a woman who can't even fight for you. She would rather destroy you than to fight for you. That there, my friends, is the moral of the story. You never, ever fight for anybody if they can't fight for you. If you guys can go out there and sell drugs for that bitch, then she should sell drugs for you too. Fellas, if you go out there and fight for that woman, she should fight for you too. But tit for tat, 100 for 100. If she can't fight for you, then be by yourself. And I'm gonna make it even personal. Anything. I don't care if you're heterosexual, homosexual, whatever. If you love that person, you fight for them. But if they can't fight for you, kick their fucking ass to that curb where they belong. Because at the end of the day, trash gotta be picked up and delivered to the junkyard. And that's where most people should have been since day one. My motto is, trash should have stayed in the junkyard where it been. You cannot rebuild from trash. Trash should stay where it is, in the junkyard. I hope y'all have a beautiful week, a prosperous September of 2025, and there's more to come, because I'm gonna fight for what I believe. And if it means destroying people through the feds, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. See you when I see you.